welcome back to another episode of Espresso. Today we are going to be chatting to Tom from Student One. Tom, do you want to introduce yourself for our audience today?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Tom from Student One. I look after all things sales and marketing for Student One. Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know, Student One is the owner and operator of purpose-built student accommodation here in Brisbane.
Amazing. Lovely. Well, I'm going to start, as I'm sure you think I'm going to start. There's been a lot of talk lately about the student accommodation housing crisis in Brisbane and Australia as a whole. Can you tell me a little bit about what you think the vision forward might be?
Yeah, absolutely. The dreaded word student housing crisis, I should say.
Yeah.
You look, it's a good problem for us to have.
Yeah, I can imagine. You're in a good
are
business.
In the accommodation business. So, but no, honestly, since the borders reopened halfway through last year, we have been inundated with bookings.
That's great.
There has been like a pent-up demand over 2 years during the lockdown, so a lot of students want to come back to Brisbane. Great for us because we've been empty for 2 years. But look, it is a problem. There is not enough accommodation available. I have to say though that there are still rooms available overall. I mean, we have been operating at about 90% occupancy throughout the whole year this year, which is high, but that also means there's 10% still available. And considering we have about 2,300 beds, there's 230 beds that are available.
Oh, amazing.
So come on in.
What is the one piece of advice you would give to an international student looking at accommodation, something to consider, or just what is the one thing to keep in mind?
Yep. Do the maths. Sometimes you think you can save a lot of money by booking a cheap room. Consider that you will most likely be in Brisbane for 6 months, a year, or even longer. You've got to be happy where you live because you will spend a lot of time at the place where you live, actually more time than in a classroom. There is cheap accommodation, but generally it's really far out. So you spend a lot of time commuting and that costs money, or if you have a private rental, you don't have internet included, you pay for your own water, your own electricity, etc., etc. So student accommodation, purpose-built student accommodation might appear a little bit more expensive initially, but when you consider you've got everything included, it adds value. And you know, I think the biggest factor is when you live in purpose-built student accommodation, you are surrounded by like-minded people and you're not on your own. And it can be daunting, you know, to travel all the way around the world, go to a new country, you might not be great speaking the language. You know, you don't have any friends, and then I can guarantee you will make friends in absolutely no time if you live in a student accommodation building.
So what is your favourite thing about working in the student accommodation industry?
There's a lot of things that
I know,
I really
thrown
like.
a bit of a curveball.
Look, I think working with young people from all over the world must be the favourite thing. I mean, we have, at any given time, we have about 75 different nationalities in the building. So you never know what language comes out of the lift when the doors open. And that is fun. And I mean, even our team, I mean, you can probably tell I'm not Aussie, I'm German national. But in our team, you've got to find the token Aussie. You know, we have Brazilians, Chinese, Singaporean, European, any place on this planet. We pretty much have a staff member, and they also speak obviously the languages, so we can help those students with any questions they have. But just generally working with bright young people, it's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
It has been a pleasure having you on Espresso today and getting to chat all things student accommodation, so thank you.
Thank you.
As a little token of our appreciation, we do have a little gift. Now this is our limited edition JCU Brisbane lunchbox.
Excellent.
And you look like a practical man, so you'll be very happy to hear it is microwave and dishwasher safe.
That is great.
Yes, so thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for watching, and tune in next time for our next episode of Espresso.